Hey, hey, hey. It's time for more Outer Worlds. It's been a couple days. I know, I'm trying to keep up. Trying to keep up here at the end here. Just. Spring's come. It's been warm weather, which means yard work. That's what I've been doing for the past couple days. And it has left me utterly and thoroughly exhausted. So much so it's even hard to play video games. But anyway, I feel kind of okay tonight, and I would like to make some progress. So, where are we at? We have Beast Quest. Yes, we need to talk to, I guess, my 3 remaining suspects. Lord of Blight. Okay, we'll go with Lord of Blight. Anything new on the pinboard? No, that guy's dead. Felix kind of in the way. Dead. Oh yeah, more people got murdered last time. Let's see who gets murdered tonight. Yeah, I equipped the corrosion gun in place of the in-ray gun. See how this works out. Alright, let's go find this
What floor
dude.
would you like to visit?
I would like to exit, I think. I bring with me. Let's bring Sam. And Pravarti. Oh, I gotta go back all the way to the spaceport. Attack of the Crystal Canids. Plague of the Mountain Mid. I didn't see the other two. That's true.
I don't know what to make of Sublight Underground. Or Slug, I guess. I can't shake the feeling they had something to do with Ms. Helen's death.
You think they should be suspects, okay.
You got an appointment?
Let's say I do.
Appointment?
Hello? I need to speak with Cedric?
Yeah, that's why you're here. Appointment?
Okay. Well, I'm an investigator, so I demand to see Cedric. No, but I'd like to see Cedric regardless.
No appointment? No talking to Mr. Kincannon.
Can I make an appointment? For right now?
Not entirely out of the question. Convince me.
Okay, this might work. I could put in a good word with Cedric about his incredibly helpful secretary.
Wouldn't mind a new bolter pistol. I've fired mine so many times the tips nearly fell off. Let's give Mr. Kincannon a ring.
Alright, that works.
Mr. Kincannon, got a person of interest here to see you. Think they've got business.
That sounds like our inspector. Please, send him up.
If I just told him the inspector was here, he probably would have let me in. Whatever.
Why, if it isn't the inspector, I was hoping you'd swing by. Here for my alibi, I assume.
Oh, it sounded like you were expecting me. Nonsense outside? I don't remember what the nonsense outside was. Whatever. I am. Let's hear it.
Let's see. That night, I was... torturing Elliot Nasser for information on missing cargo. That was a messy one. Didn't break until nearly noon the next day. Can you imagine?
Okay. And where would I find Elliot Nasser to verify that? He's probably dead, isn't he?
An excellent question. I had his body dropped off the edge of the land complex.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
not sure what happened to it from there, scientifically speaking. Maybe it dissolved? Ultimately, though, it doesn't matter. You'd be a fool to believe me, regardless of what I told you. People lie, and I am, incriminatingly, people.
I appreciate the honesty, but come on, Cedric. I'm trying to clear you of murder here. You're gonna have to give me something.
And I appreciate that, Inspector. The fact of the matter is, I know I didn't kill Helen, and I trust you fully and completely to find whoever did. If it helps, however, you might consider pursuing not my means, but my motive. Why in the name of the architect would I kill Halcyon Helen? She was making me a fortune.
But I bet you'd make a killing selling tickets to her funeral.
Why, Inspector, that's terrible. Besides, given how long she was likely to live and continue working, the math doesn't work out. I'd offer to assist you in your work, but I have a mystery of my own to solve, I'm afraid.
Okay. What is it?
You may very well want to. This particular trouble strikes me as not unrelated to your investigation. Items are disappearing from Slug's storage and processing warehouse. The thefts began a week before Helen's unfortunate death, and there have been more instances since. Before you ask, I know the difference between cargo going missing and cargo going missing. This is the latter.
So, how is any of this not unrelated to Helen's death?
That the thefts began mere days before Helen's untimely demise is an extraordinary coincidence. I'm not a man who believes in happenstance, Inspector. I do not trust it.
Oh, really? Dumb luck's done a lot for me.
Has it? I wonder, how much of your luck has been luck, and how much are you downplaying as chance? Regardless, this will be fun. You out in the field, chasing down leads, me scheming in my office, preparing to unspeakably mangle the perpetrator.
I like to commit my own horrific bodily harm. Thanks.
Oh, I never subcontract out that type of work, Inspector. You'll want to speak with Ella Tinsley, the warehouse foreman. I've cleared her as a suspect myself, but should she refuse to cooperate, shoot her. No, I'm joking.
Oh,
If she
darn
won't
it.
cooperate, tell me and I will shoot her. And do feel free to search my office for clues while you're here. Don't hold back on my account.
Can I take things? Well, before I get started.
Was there something else you wanted to discuss?
I'd like an explanation for why I was attacked outside. Oh, yeah, okay, I do vaguely remember that now.
Bar fight? Drunk Raptidons? Black Hole Birdie practicing his hacking in the middle of the street? Stop me if it's one of those, or I'll just keep guessing.
I had a run-in with some slug agents.
Sounds as though you've already sorted it out yourself.
I mean, it was pretty obvious they weren't slug. One forgot to load his pistol.
Did he really? My word, I hope you shot him. Clearly someone out there wants you thinking I sent my goons after you. But I can't fathom who would benefit from tarnishing my reputation like that. Can you?
Well, I'm not gonna name anyone. If you have a theory, spit it out.
Oh, that's good. That's very good, Inspector. I like this. Dominant, aggressive, The man in charge. I don't want to accuse anyone without hard evidence, though it may be worth noting Ludovico has motivation in spades. So, as you've deduced, I did not send anyone from Slug after you, nor is it likely they assigned themselves that task. Still, I am sorry for the trouble, Inspector. With that matter settled, is there anything else you'd like my assistance with?
By the way, the constable is dead.
Constable Keene? Now that is a damn shame. Am I right to think this wasn't a workplace accident?
This was murder, all right.
It seems murder is becoming an unsettling trend on Eridanos as of late. Thank you for informing me of Constable Keene's passing. When you find her killer, please be certain to make them suffer.
Oh, you're actually upset about this.
We may have been on opposite sides of the law on occasion, but we were not enemies. Perhaps it will shock you to hear her loss saddens me. Maria was a decent soul, and law knows those are in short supply around here. A little square, perhaps, in her dedication to the rules, but good nonetheless. I'm also saddened to have lost an occasional drinking buddy. She was quite good at cards, you know.
You were drinking buddies. I'd have loved to see that.
She was fond of a 0G, though I cannot begin to imagine why. But let's discuss something else. Do you have other matters requiring my attention?
Why does Ludovico hate you so much anyway?
The original incident? Well, I made him an offer he should have refused.
That's assuming he could refuse it?
Intimidation has its role in diplomacy. Still, his choice to work with Sublight was indeed a choice. Our combative relationship stems from paperwork, mundanely enough. Rizzo's contracted Sublight to construct the Eridanos atmospheric complex. Had Lou wanted Rizzo's to retain full control of Eridanos, he shouldn't have skimmed the revised contract I sent him. Lou's an administrator, for law's sake. I thought he would adore all the fine print I added.
How fine of a print are we talking?
Still technically visible to the human eye, but only just. You're quite good at this. It was all perfectly legal, too, which irked Lou to no end. My power grab, as Lou called it, planted the seed of hatred. And Lou, obsessed with what should have been, has made sure to water it daily with his bitterness and anger.
Well, nurturing a grudge is an ugly thing. You should try to make peace with him.
Alas, I can't. I am, first and foremost, the head of Slug, and it simply wouldn't be good for business. Slug's control of Eridanos is a crucial step in my long-term plans for Sublight. The board needs to see irrefutable proof we are a respectable, legitimate business.
Legitimate business, yes. Is this the part you cackle and reveal your evil grand plan?
Oh, that does sound fun, though. Is securing a board seat for Sublight evil enough? Surely we can at least agree that it's grand. Meanwhile, our dear administrator is still laser-focused on old slights, which can be a nuisance. He's grown increasingly desperate to catch Slug with our hand in the proverbial cookie jar as of late, convinced we're involved in less than legal business opportunities.
Which, of course, you are.
I wish I could wink, but it always looks like I have something caught in my eye.
Any more
Very
question
well.
about Helen? Did you have many dealings with Helen?
A few. Helen was strangely curious about the private business operations around Eridanos. She said it was role research, but how much business know-how does one actor truly need for an action picture? I also arranged to have Helen supplied with mag picks, bypass shunts, and other hacking tools. She wanted to buy in bulk.
He was, kind of an interesting side activity for an actor. That didn't strike you as suspicious.
That she bought in bulk? Not particularly. It takes time to learn to use tools like that deftly. I wonder, did she run out of time in the end?
Now, if you didn't kill her, any idea on who would want her dead?
That is the question, isn't it, Inspector? Tell me, do you really believe Helen's death was a mere crime of passion? Or one of petty career jealousy?
I'm not willing to rule anything out just yet.
A smart approach, Inspector. And yet, this murder is bigger than Miss Helen's personal life. Bigger than her latest moving picture.
You're saying there's something we're still missing.
Indeed. I suspect Helen arrived on Eridanos with grander plans than promoting Spectrum Brown. I knew I was right about you being clever, Inspector. I'm glad. Because whoever did kill Helen is not going to come forward so easily.
I think you know more than you're telling me.
I might. I just might. Your point, Inspector?
No, I mean, it's not a good look for a murder suspect.
Am I an official suspect then? Intriguing. I'll look forward to how it all plays out. Be very careful, Inspector. I'd very much like to see you still around for the grand finale, whenever it comes, whatever shape it takes. One moment, if you please, Inspector. I've answered your questions. I believe it's my turn to ask you a question now.
Oh, you're going to ask me
What
20 questions now.
or who made you decide to investigate me?
You were on the list. I mean, you're one of Eridanos' major players. It only made sense.
Understandable. A man of my standing would naturally be tied up in all this, whether he wishes to be or not. Now then, did you need anything else?
Excuse me. Alright, so you say I can investigate. Can I just take things? Can I take...
What do you think you're doing?
I'm investigating.
Let's forget we had this conversation, shall we?
I'm investigating this gun for signs if it's been fired recently. This is a plasma...
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
No, that is just a regular gun. We're looking for a plasma weapon.
A cursory fingerprint analysis shows this display case was recently opened or closed.
That gun on the bottom looks special. Has it been customized?
Confirmed. The grip has been modified for a specific wielder, most likely the rifle's owner. Additionally, the plasma rifle sights appear to have been realigned to better accommodate a shooter with slight myopia in one eye.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
The fingerprints belong to Cedric Kincannon.
As I expected.
Oh, admiring my rifle. Had it custom fitted by a woman on Monarch.
There's a plasma rifle. Alright.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This copy of TK contains 142 fewer pages than a standard copy. The missing pages were likely removed to create sufficient space for the hidden listening device inside.
Oh. Short range transmission capabilities. The receiver must be somewhere nearby.
You figured that out just by looking at it? Huh. We ought to talk shop one of these days.
Inspector, please consider speaking into the device in order to trace the transmission and reveal the receiver's location.
Moo.
Poor woolly cow impression transmitted. Transmission analysis complete. While the precise location of the receiver could not be pinpointed, it has been narrowed down to a smaller, approximate range.
How long has this been here?
Analysis inconclusive. However, there is a minor accumulation of dust particles present on the book's uppermost surface. The area within a 0.5-meter radius of the book possesses a dust coating comprised of at least twice the number of particles.
Well, guess. The bug was planted roughly a week before Helen's death.
That is highly likely, Inspector.
What's that you found? No, wait,
No.
don't tell me. Let's
Nothing.
save it for the big reveal once you've solved the case.
Yes, save it for the big review. We'll save it for court. Technically for court discovery. Actually, I don't think we're actually going to court. Never mind.
Alarming levels of slime and grime are being stored in these non-regulation containers. Recommended solution? Incinerate the entire lot.
I like your thinking, Sam. You just set everything on fire.
Hi there. Sorry, this area is off limits to port vision. Oh, wait half a second. You're the inspector. Sorry about that. I'll buzz you right in.
Please do.
Feel free to have a look around, sir.
Hey, you think they keep any spare parts down here? Just wondering.
I'm sure they wouldn't miss a few parts.
Sublight Underground takes care of its own.
Yeah, they didn't miss that.
We're the future of Sublight. Just you wait and see.
Inspector.
I'm on it!
Yo.
Is Fight Night still on then?
Yeah, we're on.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
One order of frickin' fan coming up.
Discrepancy fixed.
You're being
Oh.
absurd.
Oh.
Sprats can't earn doctorates.
That's another one of these things. I killed one already.
The biology of this sprat is highly unusual. This sprat has been in contact with multiple parasites, yet shows no symptoms of infection.
Why is this brat so big?
A cursory analysis of this organism's anatomy suggests it was bred deliberately for its unusually large size.
What would anyone want an unusually large sprat for?
Based on Slug records of board-issued punitive sanctions against sublight salvage and shipping. This sprat is most likely intended for cage fighting.
I don't get it. How does Sprat survive infection?
Sprats possess highly adaptive immune systems capable of developing immunological memory with extraordinary speed. The unique immunological subsystem found in sprats is advantageous in fending off parasites, pathogens, and other biological threats.
Interesting. But I still want to kill it. Can I shoot this through the cage?
Leave a stain.
Ooh. Good. Oh, mommy, just fixing your sprat problem. One sprat at a time.
I guess they use this place to unwind. A cargo container, though?
That's a pretty high
I think they'd get in
DPS.
trouble if they were caught.
Yeah, pretty high rate of firepower on this thing. High rate of fire. High DPS. That's why it's so much up there.
Hey there, little buddy.
It's another one. You should thank me. I saved you. I saved you from the sprat. Another one.
Let's go!
Kill.
Wait, maybe this N-ray warning isn't decorative. Why'd Helen have to go and die in our hotel? We don't need that kind of notoriety. Ooh, fragile.
It's fragile. Not fragile. You're pronouncing it wrong. You need to pronounce it dumb. Do it the dumb way. Exit. Okay.
You're the inspector, aren't you? Boss Kincannon said you'd be by about the cargo that's been going missing. Gosh, this is so neat. A real-life inspector. What's that like? Have you solved any mysteries yet? Ever had to shoot a suspect?
Many, many, many times. I've had to, actually, no, I call it closing a case, and it's the best part of my job.
Case. Just like a real inspector. Right, so the missing cargo. How can I help your investigation?
What's the culprit been stealing?
That's the weird part. There's no pattern, far as I can tell. The thefts don't make sense. I ask you, who would steal a handful of Spacer's Choice Sabers, so dull they can barely cut mud, but leave the spectrum black? Ugh. Who'd be desperate enough to want to steal a Spacer's Choice Saber, full stop?
Those are pretty cheap. Probably an idiot.
No one's dumb enough to think Spacer's choice sabers are worth half a damn. Then there's the most recent theft. 5 boxes of pens and a couple of sodas. I can't decide which one's sadder.
So our perp is desperately low on ink.
That's probably not their motive. No.
Right. So who has access to the cargo?
Everyone here at Freight Storage and Processing, for a start. Thing is, the cargo is going missing before the shipments even get to the warehouse. Best I can figure, it's probably getting lost in the shipping yard. As for who has access there, Benton Chan, he's the shipping yard manager, he told me it's mainly just the loading automechs that handle cargo.
Maybe there's a problem with the automechs.
Could be. Those things will break if you so much as look at them funny. That's Benton's area, but don't bother asking him for help.
Is he dead?
Last time I asked him to check the automechs, the whole head told me he couldn't help because he was dead.
He is dead. Okay. I mean, is he dead?
Brain dead, maybe. But no. My point is that if you think the automechs are a lead, you'll have to check on them yourself. Hopefully, you're mechanically inclined.
That's enough now.
Oh, before I forget, I figured you might want to access my terminal, so I had a spare keycard made. It's all yours.
Why, thank you. I was going to hack your console anyway. Anything else I should know about?
Oh no. I forgot to delete all of those incriminating messages I sent about which cargo to steal. Nah. I do have a list of cargo that's gone missing, though, if that helps any.
Ah, thanks. I'm still gonna hack your terminal anyway. Missing cargo, purple berry punch, pens, cacao milk, portrait images of Woolrich, yes. Cranial protectors, protective clothing, lemon slap, sabers, blasting agent, dark matter bars, nanospank. No, maybe somebody says taking important stuff but mixing it in with this random junk to throw people off. Like cranial protectors, blasting agents could be useful, or protective clothing, maybe. The rest of this stuff is just nonsense. Maybe there's multiple feeds, I don't know. Should really be my concern. No.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Transmission endpoint discovered. The receiver in this book matches the transmitter to the listening device found in Cedric's office. It's somewhat grime-covered.
Do we have some gloves? Ew, how long has this been on the ground?
Based on the accumulated mix of sludge and detritus, The receiver has been present since approximately a week before Helen's death.
Any clues as to who put it here?
Due to the high level of foot traffic in this area, this unit is unable to determine who placed the device.
Guess I'll take it. What am I gonna do with this? Investigate the auto mechanicals.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Hostility detected. Please lower your hostility.
Inspector, this loading automechanical's programming does not match factory default settings. The standard defensive protocol has been modified to include an additional trigger.
Identify the new trigger.
There is a directive in place to initiate defensive protocol should an unsanctioned data log installed in this automechanical be removed.
Define standard defensive protocol.
For Type K-19 cargo transport automechanicals, defensive protocol is triggered by attempted interference with cargo, or its transportation, or attempted destruction of the unit. Once triggered, defensive protocol targets the perpetrator and applies lethal force until the target has been deceased for a minimum of 3 minutes. Slug automechanical maintenance records indicate this particular unit is frequently reported as out of position or missing for periods of time.
Let's have a look inside this automech. Before I do that, let me equip my lightning gun. Guess I have to put this thing down.
Loading automechanical unit K-14 is fully operational at 99% power. Please designate the cargo to be transported and its destination. How can this automechanical assist you?
You know what, Pravar, you think you can disable the failsafe?
You got it, Cap.
Failsafe successfully disabled. Kill mode deactivated. Ejecting data log 17C.
Ah, the mechanical is just stealing random stuff. So what was in shipment 6875?
Apologies. This unit does not have access to cargo inventory lists. Unit entering standby mode. Have a nice day.
Inspector, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have solved your cargo skimming issue.
Ooh, I love this part. The big reveal. So tell me, what happened?
I mean, don't get too excited. I still don't know who the culprit is.
Well, that is disappointing. Still, you said you've determined how the theft is occurring?
Somebody bypassed the loading mech security system and rewired them to skim random goods.
Damn, you're good. Hacking the automechs. So that was our skimmer's game. But why? Everything that was stolen has seemed random. I certainly see no pattern.
The theft was random except for a single shipment.
So, our culprit had something specific they wished to acquire and used the random theft as a smokescreen. I must say, Inspector, you've done excellent work on this case. Then that just leaves how the culprit knew where their true target would be, or indeed, that Slug would soon possess it.
Check your pocket.
Okay, that's very impressive. Don't ever touch me again. Am I right to think what you found in my office earlier was the other half of this listening device?
Sure was. And whoever this device belongs to might be our culprit. Or might be somebody else entirely unrelated to this thing, but who knows.
Not quite, Inspector. That listening device belongs to me. I lent it to Halcyon Helen to assist her with role research.
And she used it to research slug shipments instead.
Unbelievable. I helped her. Gave her whatever she needed. I thought we were doing each other a good turn.
Corporate sabotage, perhaps?
I can't begin to guess at her motive. If it was to spit in my face, she'd be pleased to know she succeeded. This is a betrayal, Inspector. I do not take betrayal lightly. Helen should consider herself very lucky indeed that she is already among the dead, and that some other bastard beat me to putting her in the ground.
Nobody put her in the ground. She was on the ground, on the grand ballroom floor.
I'm going to pretend you're joking. My point, metaphor aside, is that the woman is already dead. If I'd known Helen was stealing from me, I may very well have killed her, or had her killed. Alas, I did not.
That's for me to decide.
Indeed. Incidentally, feel free to stop by after you clear me as a suspect. I won't even say, I told you so. Though I can't vouch for Eileen. I wish you luck with your investigation, though I doubt you'll need it. You'll find Helen's murderer. I'm confident of that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must find a way to excise my anger that minimally damages my business empire. I expect it will involve shooting quite a lot of guns.
Okay. Yep. Only this has been resolved. So, do I think he's guilty? I think the odds are pretty low for him being the actual killer. I mean, of course he's acting suspicious and shady, but I think the odds are still pretty low that it was him.
Inspector?
Anyway, I looked into Cedric.
Closely, I trust. Tell me what you found.
Cedric's a slippery guy. I didn't really find much to build a case on.
That doesn't surprise me. Cedric practically stole his way to Eridanos. He'll do everything in his power to keep you off his trail. With that in mind, do you think Cedric was responsible for Helen's death?
To be fair, Helen was making a lot of money for Cedric. I doubt he had a motive for killing her.
No motive. That's disappointing, because it's exactly the conclusion he'd want us to make. Unfortunately, even I don't have the authority to detain Cedric. His line of work is dangerous, though. There's always a chance for an accident.
Maybe you should be a suspect, Administrator. Anyway, sorry to disappoint you, Ludovico. He's still alive and well.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I've already lost Dr. Blossom and Constable Keene, but at least Cedric's alive. The universe is a just place.
I'm not ready to name a murderer yet. We still got 2 more people to investigate. Alright. The profitability. We need to meet this person. See who they are.
What floor would you like to visit?
I like to visit the outside floor. Oh, we're going on a hike. Doot, 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 doot.
You're going down. You guys see?
To shreds, you say?
Yep. Good job. Here, another one.
Attack!
Go. Got it.
I'm thinking of reserving
I
a
need to
wilderness
get over-
safari. Wear a fancy hat, fire a rifle, murder
Go
some
there.
wildlife, you know. It could be quite scintillating. A rifle, The last time you tried to hold a fire
Hold on. Nobody messes with you, boss.
Sorry, I just had a sudden urge to kill that person. It happens sometimes.
I'm on it.
Yes.
And that's how it's done, Captain.
Ah, there's a gun in there. I want it. Maxed out. Okay. It is maxed out.
want some of this?
Everyone all right?
Good job, Felix. You were a good decoy.
This is Silvio Tran, setting a new record for the Grand Colonial Bellhops Laundry Cart League. If you're listening to this, you're listening to history. And Daltrey, as we agreed, when I win, you're scraping terrorist shit off the windows for the rest of your contract. And you can stow the fear of heights routine because there's no way you're weaseling out of that, pal. Here goes. That's... Move the box! No, not... No!
Yahoo!
Nice work, Captain.
I get the feeling we're about to enter Jurassic Park here.
Attacking!
Wilderness Exploitation Reserve.
Mr. Kincannon,
I don't
really...
think we ever respected a gate in this colony.
There's a killer on the loose, Inspector. Step lively.
There's a killer? I thought I was looking for a murderer. There's also a killer? Oh no, there's two. There's two of them.
Have you seen a little mechanical wandering through here? Might have been wearing my hat.
I can't say I have. I can sell you a new hat if you want it, or some fine, legally obtained hunting supplies. You could go get that mechanical thief yourself.
She's not a thief. She's lost. I just want her back. Oh, hey there, stranger. Don't mean to interrupt your business, but have you seen a stray mechanical wandering about?
Wait, I think I know the rest of this story. Then you better go catch it.
Hey, that's pretty good. I'll have to use that at my next mechanics meeting. But I take by your tone that you ain't seen anything matching my machine's description. Oh, that's not good. I hope she hasn't gotten herself into any trouble.
Oh, instead of hunting wildlife, you're hunting mechanicals? Doesn't seem very fulfilling.
Oh, I ain't no hunter. At least not in the traditional sense. Wrenches always suited me better than firearms. A mechanical under my care up and wandered off, that's all. I gotta get her back before anyone notices that either of us are missing. The shopkeep says I should buy one of his rifles and go looking myself, but like my machine, I'm not combat inclined.
What kind of mechanical is your lost charge?
Betty's just your standard tripod mechanical, though she probably is still wearing my hat. Without it, she seems kind of naked. Her main purpose is cacao milking, but the only cacaos in the reserve are close. Without a directive, she shouldn't have had reason to wander away from the milking area.
Like those boat buckets need a reason to do anything. It's probably searching the world for more things to milk.
Wouldn't make any sense. Ain't no cacaos out there. Betty's smarter than that.
I didn't think mechanicals could just wander off on their own.
I'm contractually obligated to inform you that slug mechanicals are not notoriously inclined to malfunction, and any rumors to the contrary are slander. But yeah, usually even slug machines don't get lost on their own, so I guess I'm to blame. Setting Betty's search parameters is my job. Must have added a 0 where I shouldn't have.
Seems like a pretty expensive mistake to make.
I know. I don't think I've got bits enough to cover losing a mechanical. I really don't want to lose her.
I'll keep an eye out for any suspicious mechanicals.
Hey, thanks so much. It would have been mighty lonely without her. Being unemployed, I mean. Be lonely being unemployed. If you find Betty, try sneaking up and hacking her. If you can't do that, finding a way to stop her current routines should send her back home.
Okay.
Welcome to Hunter Legal's Legal Hunter Supplies. I am Hunter Legal. How might I help you today?
Interesting name your shop has.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean. It is a perfectly normal name for a shop dispensing hunter supplies.
Doesn't Hunter Supplies suggest they're supplies for you, Hunter?
Don't get smart with me. I'm just a shopkeep.
Anyway, I'm investigating the murder of Halcyon Helen. Have you seen or heard anything unusual lately?
Unusual? This whole land complex is a failed wildlife exhibition turned hunting reserve. You can't go 10 feet without stepping in unusual. But I reckon you're asking about people unusual. I'd go have a chat with the prophet of profitability. Maybe she can intuit you in the right direction or something. But she is mighty far in the depths of the reserve. Perhaps you should purchase one of my fine armaments for the journey.
Well, let's see what you have.
Hunter supplies. Get your hunter supplies.
He has nothing unique. Oh, I will just sell him stuff instead.
That's what you get.
Got him. Alright, another side quest. Find the milkman. Should be easy enough. That is going to be in that direction. Betty. You must find Betty. I was trying to milk the canid. I'll actually be able to do so.
Heads up!
Damn it. You know what I don't like? I don't like whatever effect they do when they hit me where it slows me down. That's like really annoying. I was trying to sneak up on Betty, but I must have got seen by one of the damn canids. Oh, can't kill that thing quietly.
Going silent.
Stuck on things.
No cacaos detected nearby. Returning to slug maintenance worker.
Okay. Done. Again, there's stuff in the terrain I keep walking into and I get stuck on. That's just like on the ground.
My time to shine!
Like that.
Was fun!
Pushing back. Something. That's... Oh, it's just a high-tech flamethrower. Okay.
Commander, you ever wonder why they put lights on our armor? No, Trooper. What about these tubes poking out everywhere? No. Trooper, stop asking stupid questions. Sorry, Commander. There's a killer on the loose, Inspector. Step lively.
Aether waves won't be the same without Helen.
You don't know how grateful I am to the morale improvement program. It changed my life.
What was that? Ooh. Yeah, I don't know what happened. The window popped out for a second. Oh yeah. Burn everything.
Sorry, but we're a little busy right now. I'm sure one of the other guys would be happy to give you a tour.
Lawrence, do you know who you're talking to? We always have time for the inspector.
Yes, you do.
The inspector? That's you? I am so sorry. We didn't know what we were doing. We're so sorry. It'll never happen again.
This seems like a strange spot to loiter. What are you two doing?
Oh, Law. It's all over. I told you someone would catch on sooner or later, Bill.
Lawrence, let me do the talking here. Inspector, pay him no
Aha,
mind.
you're the
I'm sure you've bigger
killer,
Saltuna
and
to
you're the
can than
murderer.
us.
So, wait, what do you mean by catch on?
Don't pay him any mind, Inspector. His upper story's a little gap-toothed, if you know what I mean. But seeing as you insist on sticking your... That is, since you're so curious, I'll fill you in on what we're doing. We, misplaced some people on our last tour. Misplaced them in the maws of some local predators. Now we're stuck here wondering how to get their room keys.
Oh, your guides were eaten by canids.
Might have been raptidons. I find it hard to tell them apart, especially when my glasses get fogged up.
So when you say lost, you mean left behind, so you could make a clean getaway.
You make it sound like we did this on purpose. If we had, we'd have been smart enough to get their room keys back first.
You got your guests killed and all you care about are their room keys?
Hey, we all got our priorities. Not worrying about those keys ain't gonna bring their owners back from the dead. Anyway, the sooner we get those keys back, the sooner we can make it look like the ex-guests checked out early.
Are you trying to cover up the deaths of the missing guest?
Wouldn't you? I mean, the dangers were all listed in fine print on the waivers they signed. Least they can do is not destroy our reputation when they get themselves killed. We knew sooner or later this was gonna happen. We've got some hush money tucked away. If you can get those keys for us, it's all yours.
Let's say I got your cheese. You must have stopped me from telling your bosses what happened.
You kidding? You're welcome to.
Our bosses would want this situation resolved, just like us. We're the real victims here. The dead can't suffer anymore, but we can, and we will if we have to pay for all these lost keys.
You guys look like you need a break. Fine, I'll find the keys for you.
Did I just hear that right? The inspector is going to help us, Bill! Thank the stars.
We're not out of the woods yet. Let's just see what happens before we celebrate. We last saw the guests deeper in the wilderness, Inspector. That'd be a good place to look.
I'll be back. Well, actually, no, we're trying to lose any more guests while Beast while I'm gone. Or I'll set you on fire.
Hey, put that down!
Say it again. Alright. No, I almost forgot. I don't have double jump in this game. Let's go jump over the fence. Can't do that.
Hey, I almost can't believe it. Betty found her way back. Here I was thinking I'd never see her again.
One malfunctioning mechanical, as promised. She was trying to milk the canids. I think they were all male.
Oh, Betty, you big goof! What were you thinking in that little metal noggin of yours? You nearly worried me to death. And ain't you just the most reliable freelancer in the colony? Let me just take a look at Betty here and we'll talk about payment. Yep, that's right. Her parameters for movement and target acquisition are a mess. I'll bring her back to the garage and get her sorted out. Since Betty's back safe and sound, I'll be sure to let my coworkers know that you're a good one. Here's some money for your effort. Least I can do to show my thanks.
Alright. Don't let any canids dip you on the way out.
I won't.
Another side quest. Find some room keys. There's one right over here. Yeah, you didn't have to go far to find this one.
I'm on it!
You can count on me, boss.
On it! Attacking!
I'm waiting for this!
Good score, Cap! Candy Canyon? Is that because we taste like lollipops to raptidons?
for good proof.
I was just getting started.
These people just hanging out in the middle of the Raptidon pen.
Mr. Kincannon treats us with respect.
Hey, boss! Watch this!
Yes, I will carry out your last will and testament and give the Grand Star Hotel a 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5 stars. I died. This one first. Reserve bunker. This must be where the Prophet is, I assume.
To shreds, you say?
Score one for Felix! More where that came from?
I am a storm!
Yes. Kill all the sprats. All the sprats must die. What are you looking at? You're looking at shit. That's what you're doing.
Nobody messes with you, boss. Watch this!
You know what? I kind of like this gun. Very high DPS. Yeah.
You know, I never imagined Spencer Woolrich would outlive Halcyon Helen.
I'm satisfied now.
Hey there. You find us those keys?
I still want to pick that, but no, I'm not gonna do that. I have them right here.
That's all of them. You're a lifesaver and a half, Inspector. Lawrence, you got the bits?
Let's see, which pocket did I... Oh, they're in my hand. Here you are, Inspector. We'll make sure to put in a good word with our friends, too. I can't wait to put this behind us.
So, what you gonna do now?
We'll wait here a little longer, and start clearing out their rooms when the shift changes. Not sure what we'll do with their belongings.
Lawrence, we talked about this, remember? What belongings? Anyhow, thanks again, Inspector. Good luck with your investigation.
Okay. Now we can go talk to the prophet. Pseudo Feral Forest. That's fun.
Score one for Felix.
So these wholeheads sit around in circles and try to invite profit into their life? I hope they get eaten.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, hello. Nothing.
I suppose I can look away this time.
What was you saying, Felix? That sounds like a... It sounds like a fun cult. It's a very fun cult. I shouldn't have an indoor fire. Just I'm a big danger of carbon monoxide poisoning if you do that.
You gotta show me how you did that.
Someday you will learn, Felix. Someday. The important thing is to be quick about it. Before anybody catches on. Are you going to use the bathroom? Okay. Didn't see me. Didn't see me do that. She went to the bathroom.
About time somebody came the hell back. I notice you're not spattered in blood, which doesn't bode particularly well. For you. I hope you're not about to tell me you lost your nerve.
Sorry, ma'am. I've been a little loose in my headspace lately. Remind me what I'm doing again?
You better not mean to tell me you've lost your contract. I swear, if you think I'm just gonna... Wait, I don't recognize your voice. You weren't with the other hunters, were you? Meaning we haven't met. Pardon my tomfoolery, stranger. I see I've mistaken you for someone else. Victoria Foxworth, Rizzo's executive clerical actuator. Pleased to meet you. Might I ask what brings you to the reserve?
I am investigating the murder of Halcyon Helena. Betrayals brought me here.
A professional, I see. I don't know anything about any murder, but you might be just who I'm looking for. There's a particular task that my hunters haven't yet been capable enough to complete. I wonder if you'd have any interest in it.
Go on.
As you may be aware, Slug currently owns the reserve, but it rightfully belongs to Rizzo's. There's an ex-Rizzo's employee currently in possession of the land grant for the entire complex. Insult to injury from Slug. And evidence that this complex is rightfully ours. This particular individual is up there in years. His mind is failing. Leaving the land grant to him is like leaving it in the trash. I would like you to retrieve it.
Now, what makes you say the reserve rightfully belongs to Rizzo's?
You mean you don't know the story? This atmospheric complex was first annexed by Rizzo's. We'd planned a lovely wildlife-themed attraction to be built here. Alas. Due to some backhanded and admittedly shrewd legal footwork on Slug's part, Rizzo's ownership of the complex was lost. Now we rent it from Slug. I seek only to have what was stolen returned to us.
I gotta admit, the constant shadow flashing here is kind of bugging me a little bit here. I don't think I understand why you need my help. Can't your hunters handle one old man?
I would have thought so too, but I sent my scouts out ages ago and none have yet returned. The old man's certainly too senile to be a threat, but it's possible Slug put him under guard. You're not recognizably with Rizzo's. Thus, it shall be easier for you to get close.
I'll see if I can solve this non-violently.
Solve the situation however you like, so long as you bring me the land grant. The target in question lives out in the woods, exactly where I'm not certain. Best of luck.
You should find a better place to sit.
Hello, welcome to the Prophet of Profitability's Private Prosperity Retreat. Stay positive, and soon all your humors will be balanced. Least, that's what I keep telling myself. Anyway, I'm Aaliyah Mason. I work as the Prophet's right-hand woman. What can I do for you?
For a positivity disciple, you sound a little less than enthused.
Oh, terribly sorry if I gave you that impression. I had a cramp. It's better now. I mean, it might be nice if I had a little inclination of whether the Prophet appreciated all the cooking and cleaning and hours of meditation I do on a daily basis. But whatever she thinks isn't for me to question. I'll do my best to be more chipper.
So what can you tell me about the retreat?
If you felt imbalanced and unproductive, linger in your malaise no longer. We have all the amenities and practices for calming the ill humors strangling your potential. Sit for hours in our sweat house and sweat them out. Or stand amidst burning coals and feel your productive inhibitions burn away. And remember, think positive. Positivity equals productivity equals profitability.
So, do you know the Prophet well?
Of course, I've been studying under her for years. I know each of her techniques more or less by heart, and even have some variations of my own, such as the quintuple daily stomach purges. She's promised me that I'd be allowed to open my own branch of the retreat someday soon. Of course, I've been waiting on someday soon for coming up on 4 years now. I'm sure it's gonna happen anytime now.
Maybe it'll happen tomorrow. Anyway, I was hired to look into Halcyon Helen's murder. I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Oh my. Yes, this is important enough for me to delay my bi-hourly self-flagellation. Ask away.
Have you noticed any unusual behavior in the retreat lately?
Well, by and large, no. But something rather odd did happen regarding the Prophet recently. A few hours after our high-profile visitor arrived a couple of days ago, the Prophet asked me to take over sessions for the remainder of the day. At first, I was excited. Thought it was my chance to show her what I could do in charge. But then I saw that she was deeply worried about something. No one saw her until the next day.
So where were you at the time of the murder?
I was here, at the retreat in the company of the other disciples and clients. I rarely have more than a few minutes of alone time. Which is fine, of course. I do what I do in the service of the Prophet, who will, I'm sure, reward me for my sacrifice. Eventually.
So the Prophet had some kind of feud with Halcyon Helen, right?
Yes, the circumstances there are quite unfortunate. For a time, the Prophet was completely despondent. Even the hot coal walks weren't buoying her spirits as they usually do. However, we recently had a high-profile visitor whose presence seemed to alleviate whatever the Prophet's fears were.
And who was that?
I'm actually not entirely certain. It was a surreptitious visit that stood out because it was surreptitious. Whoever it was must have paid the Prophet quite a lot to keep things quiet. At least that's the only reason I can think of for intentionally keeping things so hush-hush. Certainly. Actually, before you go, I want to report something suspicious. I noticed the Prophet dragging something, a bundle, away from the retreat after that high-profile guest arrived. Normally, I'm the one who does her laundry, so it was strange. Especially because whatever she was dragging seemed oddly human-shaped.
Maybe this is the killer. Are you sure it was a body?
I think so. Had the right size and shape.
Couldn't you have brought this information forward a little earlier?
I could have, but I generally don't have the time or energy to leave the reserve to contact anyone. Plus, there's always the possibility that I'm mistaken. The Prophet hasn't been herself lately, but if I misinterpreted the situation and reported her improperly, I'd ruin my chances for opening my own wing of the retreat.
Oh dear, we can't have that. Well, anyway, I'll look into it. It's hot coals. Ah, it's hot. It is hot. Ow.
That's not possible.
Hey, no, come on, guys. Stand on it. It's fine. Stand on it. It's totally fine.
Sorry, I can't.
It's cool. Just stand on it. It doesn't hurt.
Can't do that.
Come on.
Can't do it.
Oh, that's not possible.
Can't do that, boss.
Ain't happening.
Moving out.
Good. You'll be fine, Felix. It only tickles. See? It only tickles. You're perfectly fine. You're burning away your inhibitions. He's fine. He's just faking it. He's just being dramatic. Aren't you? See? You're fine. He's immune to the fire now. It is a miracle. I have done God's divine work. Felix is immune to fire now. You should thank me. I gave you a gift. Anyway. I guess maybe I should go talk to the prophet now. Hey. Unfortunately, I'm not immune to fire.
Fruitful and productive welcome, brother. I had a feeling you would visit me. I offer a wide variety of productivity seminars. I hope you'll consider taking one. Ah, but I should remember my manners. To what do I owe the pleasure of the Special Inspector's arrival?
Anyway, I'm looking into the murder of Halcyon Helen. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Certainly, certainly. But first, I'd love to interest you in one of my productivity seminars. We'll free you of those potential hampering humors in a heartbeat.
Humors? I don't like it when people laugh at me.
Worry not. With my seminars, even someone of your immensely low intellect can succeed. As science has taught us, the body is made up of two things, flesh and humors. These humors are semi-fluids that, when improperly balanced, may cause you to function inadequately. By signing up for my seminars, you can balance these humors for only mildly inordinate and repeat payments. Cancellation is subject to repercussions.
Tell me about the repercussions.
Nothing you need concern yourself with, brother. It's all in the contracts. But of course, no one need subject themselves to such repercussions if they don't cancel. Regardless, can I interest you in a seminar?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about, you know, the repercussions if you never cancel. And that totally makes sense, doesn't it? Sorry, Prophet, I don't think I can spare the time. I've got a murder to look into.
Yes, I understand the pressure of one's employment all too well. We've lately been looking into more ways to bolster the retreat stock of bits. But you needn't worry about how this little conversation is affecting my livelihood, brother. Please, take your time. I'm delighted to extend my desire to aid you, brother. How might I assist?
I'm gonna ask you some questions about Halcyon Helen. Please try to answer truthfully.
Oh? I'm surprised. I wouldn't think the two of us would have much to discuss about her. We may have had some terse interactions before her death, which I most certainly regret. But beyond those, well, never mind. What would you care to know?
But where were you at the time of Helen's murder?
Why, I've been at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve for quite some time now, as my disciples can attest. In fact, I haven't visited the Colonials since I arrived several weeks ago.
Bad energies. You understand.
Did you contact Helen after you left the Grand Colonial?
I did not. She had no interest in my seminars, and I had no interest in attempting to convert a stubborn actress. Why would I have had any cause to engage with her further?
You and Helen didn't get along, I hear.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. The media tends to exaggerate. I will admit that her remarks about my seminars were rather unfortunate. However, I certainly wouldn't sharpen any sabers over it, if that's what you mean to imply. I only do that when my clients skimp on their bills. I hope you now realize that I had nothing to do with Helen's demise.
I'm gonna go for the body now. That's all. That big fee.
Analysis suggests this to be a variety of herbs. Herbs have been uniformly treated with a pungent chemical mix. Warning, ingesting, smoking, or inserting non-corporation sanctioned substances into your ears may be harmful to your health.
Burning these refrigerants during some pretty toxic smoke.
Side effects from extended exposure include dizziness, nausea, and unconsciousness. Additional likelihood of organ shutdown and/or death.
Taste the herbs. Woodsy. Triplicate was singed aftertaste. Okay.
Hypothesizing potential side effects from herb consumption. Most likely outcome, decapitation. Slight possibility of calculation error.
Can you analyze the chemicals these herbs are treated with?
Analyzing. Complete. Substance appears to be a mix of industrial solvents and various essential oils. Substances include woolly cow dander remover, sprat oil, and starship surface wax.
Discrepancy amplifier. How would these most likely be used?
Prior analysis suggests these herbs reach peak effectiveness when users burn them and inhale the resulting smoke. Whether or not this increased effectiveness is good for an afflicted individual has yet to be determined.
Probably not. Alright, make a note of it and let's move on. It sounds like Helen was kind of willing to attend one of the seminars. Alright. I need to find this body. If there's anything else in this room. That is of interest.
Gotta keep going. I can feel my inner negativity seeping out of me. Breathe deep.
Who are you?
Fumes of revelation.
Stop running.
The Prophet of Profitability has changed my life. Her seminars are worth every bit.
Hey, come back here.
By concentrating on profit, I can invite wealth into my life. Gotta keep going. I can feel my inner negativity seeping out of me. Breathe deep the fumes of revelation. gotta keep going. I can feel my inner negativity seeping out of me. Breathe deep the fumes of revelation.
What's going on with my menu? Stuck on grab mode for some reason. Alright, anyway. Find the body. Yes, that one's a retreat in the wilderness. Okay. Alright, boy and girl, looks like we're going hunting.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Identifying human footprints leading out into the wilderness. It is unusual for productivity disciples to wander more than a few feet from the camp.
They're not mine, are they?
Scanning. No. No traces of aether dust, blood, or dimethyl sulfoxide found. Judging by footprint depressions and shoe size, these prints were either made by the Prophet of Profitability or Adjutant Sophia Akande. Error. Recalibrating. These footprints were made by the Prophet of Profitability.
Okay. That sounds better.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Detected additional tracks belonging to the Prophet of Profitability.
I can do that.
Timeline discrepancy.
Out of my way!
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Judging by the shape of this indentation in the dirt, a person of medium height and build laid here for a number of hours. Scanning for other details. Only additional signs of disturbance are a few marks in the dirt.
Am I imagining things, or does it seem like whoever was dumped here got up?
No sign of struggle or evidence of wildlife consumption of body. Suspected likelihood of user correctness, 86%.
No, it could be this was set up to throw us off. We should be careful. So can we track the footprints of the person who got up? Or do you...
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Detected additional tracks belonging to the Prophet of Profitability. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Detected additional tracks belonging to the Prophet of Profitability.
Welcome back, brother. I'm delighted to extend my desire to aid you, brother. How might I assist?
You got some interesting herbs in here.
I'm pleased that you noticed. Excellent eye, brother. The compound they're treated with is my own invention, designed to unlock an individual's true productive potential when burned. I can't say any more. Trade secrets, you know.
They do seem toxic. Toxic enough to potentially kill someone.
None of my clients have ever complained, so I'm sure they're perfectly safe. Is there anything else?
I mean, I guess they can't complain if they're dead. Whatever. You said you had no further interaction with Helen before her death, right?
Yes, that's correct. She made it clear that my seminars were of no interest to her.
Objection. I saw a message from Helen on her terminal about attending a session.
Well, I suppose that does complicate things. Whatever the case, I didn't care to mention Helen's change in decision because she never showed up. I don't see how it matters.
By the way, I followed your trail to where you dumped something in the wilderness.
Oh, really? What did you find there? What did I dump?
Well, there was nothing there, but by proportions, I'd say it was a body.
Clever work, Inspector. It seems even I can't slide my way out of the trap you've so intricately weaved. I admit it. I killed Helen. By mistake. Helen changed her mind and wanted to attend one of my sessions. I, knowing the importance of the seminar, desired to truly galvanize her, though not to stop her heart. So when it came time, I chose to double Helen's dosage of productivity-enhancing herbs. I left her to meditate, and when I returned, she was dead. After that, I entered a less than coherent state. One of my disciples, it seems, witnessed me as I dragged Helen's body out into the wilderness.
You're sure Helen was dead?
I'm no medical professional, but that certainly seemed the case. Usually my customers at least writhe or mumble after a session. My productivity-enhancing herbs typically do induce sluggishness, but I suppose they must have been enough to do her in, if her constitution was truly that weak.
So you did not shoot the body at that time?
Laws, no. I hate guns. If I ever wanted to kill someone on purpose, I would have used a blunt weapon. Nothing quite like clubbing someone over the head.
The wilderness. So you didn't dump the body at the Grand Cathedral?
Do you jest? The guests at the Colonial eat no shortage of strange things, but I think corpses are perhaps too strange. The creatures of the wilderness are much less picky. Besides, the hotel is ridiculously far. I couldn't have made it all that way without someone realizing I was dragging a corpse.
Yeah, makes sense, actually. So... Okay, so it sounds like she drugged Helen. Helen appeared dead to her. She dragged her out into the wilderness to leave her to dump her body, and apparently Helen woke up and walked away. I guess technically she didn't kill Helen. I mean, we have to know the facts here. The fact is, Helen died by a plasma shot. She was shot with a plasma gun. We know that. She didn't die from drugs. At least we're pretty sure she was. And besides, the body ended up in the ground, back in the hotel, which obviously she didn't go back to the hotel. So at this point, okay, I don't think he killed anybody. Certainly not Helen.
What? Is this some kind of joke? You're an inspector. It's your job to arrest me, isn't it?
Yeah, but she was shot with a gun. You didn't do that. Look, if Helen's body wasn't where you left it, then she must have awakened and walked away.
No. Someone must have moved it after I killed her. One of my business rivals, waiting for me to fall into a false sense of security so they can strike.
Halcyon's body was found in the Grand Colonial. She was killed there.
I don't believe you. I think this is all a trick. You're trying to catch me in a lie. Get me to reveal my productivity secrets.
I already caught you in a lie earlier, and it led to this conversation. The only thing you've done is be completely negligent.
No. You can't trick me. I finally discovered what's happening. You've been paid off. Someone else learned that I killed Helen, and is going to use that information to blackmail me. You think I'm going to let this injustice happen? Ha! Tell the constable that I killed Helen. It's 1,000 times less miserable than whatever my enemies have planned.
The constable's dead, but I guess if you want to be imprisoned, I can oblige you.
Yes. One step ahead as always, shadowy corporate figures. You'll never get my secrets. Never.
Okay. That didn't quite go the way I expected it. I mean, sure, I still think you're guilty of being a scumbag and a grifter. And drugging Helen up to the point where she appeared dead. So maybe you should go to prison. but technically not for the crime I'm investigating, though. I have to stay on target here. Anyway, I kind of want to know what's going on down below here.
I'm on it! Attacking! I'm on it!
Get him. Unless we find some evidence that we need to find the murder weapon.
Make it look so easy.
And somebody with the capability to shoot Helen in the Colonial Hotel. I mean, Mr. Slug, I don't think is completely off the hook. Because he does have a plasma gun. Maybe he found the body out here and took it to the hotel and shot Helen there with the plasma gun. But we figured this out. I don't think we're quite at the point of declaring our suspect. Declaring the murderer. There's still one other person I need to investigate.
What could that have been? Real funny. I just wanted to make you smile.
Don't mess with the best.
I just want to be your friend.
Passcode for something.
Attacking!
So, who do y'all think the murderer is?
So it ain't the boyfriend after all. Color me shocked.
Black Hole Birdie, murderer of Halcyon Helen? That sounds even crazier out loud than it does in my head. This don't look good for Birdie. He's got a temper. He tore up a picnic, and he got so drunk on the night of the murder that he ain't even sure what he did. And after Helen died, he went into hiding? I hate to say this about the hack attack, but I think he might be the killer.
So you think he's the killer? Huh. It is a cave full of canids. You know what to do, Felix. Or, Yola.
Shreds, you say?
Let's dance!
I'm on it.
Take him down! Tossball kick! Boss, you
That's the last of them.
You want some of this?
Again, they hit me with the damn slowdown crap. Fucking hate that.
And we're alive.
You're going down! Hey, boss! Watch this!
Ah, come on. It's not only slow down, they put fucking acid clouds everywhere. So you get acid cloud and then you're slowed down so I can't get out of the damn crap.
Attacking!
Come on, load the gun.
Here I go.
Still got it!
Oh, for fuck's sake! Is that was I was getting stuck on over here? I can't step over the damn rocks here. I thought I was walking into the back of a wall here. Nah, it's the damn rocks I'm getting caught on. This stupid ass geometry problem in this game. Well, specifically in this DLC, seems to have a lot of this damn problem. It's really starting to piss me off now. So I'm getting stuck on the geometry while I'm trying to move around. Like this stupid shit here. There's nothing here, and I should be able to step backwards, and I can't. There's a freaking rock right there. It's acting like a damn wall. Grenade launcher. I did all this for a freaking grenade launcher. Message. Is this where they... Here where they breed or collect the parasites from?
Can we do that again?
Just go. It goes outside. But where outside?
I wonder what they use this bunker for.
In the middle of this. Alright. While I'm out here, let's find this here.
You're going down.
What is this? Another soul willing to brave the dangers of the wilderness? How thrilling to find my paramour out here in the wilds. Virgil Henderson at your service. Board surprise auditor and 5th finest shot this side of Halcyon. Delighted to meet you.
Not much out here unless you're preparing to go through the finances of the local canids.
Of course I'm not. The Bureau of Creatures and Land Auditor was by last month. I certainly won't be encroaching upon her territory. She bites. I'm here to conduct a surprise audit of the local holy caves, Rizzo's lone leased property in the reserve. It is rather notedly empty. Worse, it seems the evacuation occurred without anyone filing the proper emergency paperwork. Tut-tut.
The bunker was evacuated forever ago. You're years late.
That's why it's a surprise. With all this in mind, there is a small issue. I actually conducted an investigation of this facility several years ago. Since my biometric data might still be registered, it's possible that my entering the facility would not be legally classified a surprise. It's a puzzle, to be sure.
Why does it matter if it's legally a surprise if no one's in the bunker to be surprised?
I may be a dashing, gunslinging space auditor, but even I know better than to question protocol. The more order there is, the less suffering. It's basic science. Suffice it to say, it doesn't behoove one of Halcyon's most prolific auditors to try to bend the rules when he thinks no one's looking. Because, my friend, someone's always looking.
Okay, I might be able to go in and conduct your investigation for you. For a price.
An uncertain suggestion. There are no shortage of legal loopholes for freelance work, but I fear setting my work on the shoulders of someone I've never met before. I may be able to hire you, but let me ask you a question to see if you're fit to represent me first. How much do you know about free market economics?
Free market? That sounds like a bad deal. Why would you give away your market?
It certainly appears that if your head isn't in the right place, at least your heart is. Head into the holy caves and see what you can find. Keep your eyes open for journals, terminals, data pads, anything that might contain info about the operation. I'm counting on you.
Was that the cave I was just in? Okay, well, whatever. Let me go. Let me go finish this quest first.
Hey, no problem.
This will be fun. Get past that armor.
You're right, awesome. Who this is? But they're dead.
Try another one.
Caliban the Heartless. Wish I'd thought of that. Would have made a nice pirate name.
I don't know what it is you're looking for, stranger, but I reckon you better get. I've had about enough of you and your ilk coming by with your searching questions and expectant looks. I know you with those void-damned hunters, and I know what you want. Well, you ain't getting it.
Oh. What void damn hunters are we talking about?
Like you don't know. That damn group of hunters that keeps coming by and hassling me. Nobody ever visits just because they want to gab with old Cyrus. No, they either want to poach me out of my land or poach me out of my best friend.
Poach you out of your best friend? Are they a tossball player or something?
Ha! Nah, Kelly ain't no toss-baller, though. I reckon she could put the toughest players to shame. It's good having someone like that around. She ain't the brightest bulb, but... can't say I'd have much reason sticking it out in this wilderness without her.
So there are hunters giving you trouble.
Damn straight there are. Wish I could go show 'em what for, but... I'm old, and I gotta make sure I don't get Callie into no trouble. Two of us have lived on the reserve for years. Every so often, someone comes by trying to steal our land grant and evict us. We hold our own, but... it's mighty agitating.
Then why not just leave?
And do what? Go back to Rizzo's? I defected years ago. Only thing to look forward to would be a summary execution. And I don't reckon Callie'd have much interest either. Nope. Out here's where we're meant to be.
What if I helped you with those hunters?
Really? Oh, that's great news. Cal, you hear that? We're finally getting some help!
Oh.
Wait, no primals could be pets?
Whoa.
This changes everything.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
I think she likes you.
Growl that?
Well, ain't that the damnedest thing? I haven't met anyone who could understand my Cal like I do. Oh, Cal's such a people primal.
This is an odd situation, but I feel inclined to help.
Wouldn't expect a stranger to do an unsolicited kindness to a standoffish old man. There's something else. I suspect you'll find the hunters that have been after me beyond the hills, on the other side of the river from here. See if you can convince them not to poke around here.
I have some questions.
All right? Shoot.
Bang. So what's it like spending your days with a primal?
A lot better than spending your days with a Kana, that's for certain. I'm happy out here, and I think Callie is too. Ain't that right, Callie?
You're not sleeping with it, are you? How long have you lived out here?
Oh, quite a few years at this point. It'd be since a couple years before the Rizzo's Slug Complex ownership switch. And after that, well, I ain't sure. It's been a while. And for the most part, it's on the quiet side. Just not when those damn hunters are out and about.
That's all. Caliban. Oh, okay, that's the name. No, but if it wasn't for the Manta Queens, I'd probably say he has a pretty nice place out here. But I guess maybe Caliban keeps the Manta Queens away. Deal with the hunters. Okay.
Incoming! Perfection!
Oh, these are the hunters. Hey.
You return. I hope you bring news.
Yeah, I talked to Cyrus. It's time you let the reserve in a body bag. Do I want to kill these guys? We should commiserate for a moment. Should we kill these guys? What do you vote, Felix?
Cedric Kincannon, murderer of Halcyon Helen. Yeah, I could see it. I could see him carving those words into a plaque. he was torturing a guy at the time of Helen's death? That's his alibi? Come on, boss. It's like he wants you to find him guilty.
Okay. Your vote is neutral. What is your vote?
I'm glad Cedric's name is clear. Well, for this crime, anyhow. I've always liked Sublight. At least they're honest about their dishonesty.
Okay. Your vote is neutral, so I will vote Def.
Here I come!
Why did my... Was my gun not loaded? It seemed like sometimes... Yeah, it's not loaded completely. Also, they shot me pretty darn hard. See, this is where I wish I had explosives and grenades. Because I could just throw a grenade in there and probably knock them all off their feet. I'm still astonished this game does not have grenades. Yes, I know there's a grenade launcher, but grenade launcher is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about throwable hand grenades. Anyway, whatever.
I'm on it.
Damn, god damn, these guys shoot me down fast. Alright. Alright. I don't know what type of guns they got, but man, they're taking me down in like less than a second. Fine. We gotta go for advantageous positioning then. Oh, hey, robot. I need to get... Can I get up here? I need to get up on the ridge where I can just snipe them. That would probably be the easiest way to deal with them. Is there a way to get up top there? You fools, get over here. I'll like heal up completely. And I don't need you guys dying in like 2 seconds. I need you to keep them busy.
Boy, take you! Hurt. We all in one piece?
Okay. That lady's body go? Right here. Alright. Mission complete.
Back, I see. You come bringing good news?
I violently murdered all of them. One less mob of hunters, as ordered.
Ah! Oh, me almighty, you know how to bolster an old man's spirits. Oh, thank you kindly, stranger. Oh, you're right, Cal. How could I forget? Oh, here's a reward for your trouble.
Pen. Oh no, manslaughter axe. Okay. Cool. Alright. First to Holy Caves. Surveys. Yeah, that was the caves I was in before. Alright.
Jackass is incoming!
God damn it. He died. I guess the dude got caught in the crossfire or whatever. I can't believe the mantisaurs respawned out there. Like, the monsters in the cave didn't respawn.
You're going down!
On, fire my gun! Yeah, I know I'm hurt. I'm trying to heal and I'm burning at the same time and I gotta load my gun.
Try another weapon! That's the last of him!
Excellent to see you again, my friend. Hope you've been keeping your head high.
I think I got all your
What are
stuff.
these? Research data pads? Not quite what I expected. Let's see what they say. Parasites, caves, thought control. He did what now? Well, it doesn't look like any of this is in violation, but it is disturbing. And disturbing a surprised auditor is as foul as failing to file proper paperwork. Rizzos shall pay dividends for my psychological damage. Here's your reward, my friend. Your contributions to the field of surprise auditing shall not go forgotten.
I hope you sued him for a lot. Fuck the corporates. Fuck them. Whatever. I don't know what this tower is. Alright, anyway. Alright, let's report back to the administrator. I think we're done with this area.
Inspector?
Well, I finished my investigation into Jasmine Levia, the Prophet of Profitability.
Ms. Leva earned that title, but not for the reasons you'd expect. The profit business has been profitable for the hotel. Not so much for Ms. Leva's followers. So, tell me, what did you find?
She really wants to be arrested.
She wants to be arrested? That's not the kind of behavior I expect from a suspect. Perhaps she's carrying a guilty conscience. Does the Prophet strike you as a reasonable candidate for Helen's murderer?
You know what? I'm okay with her at least being detained. Maybe. She needs to be detained until I'm done with my investigation.
Arresting the Prophet could spell the end of her career. But that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Thank you for the update, Inspector. I'll include everything you've told me in my official report.
Alright. But I still don't think she was the one who, like, shot Helen and killed her. Okay. I feel like I really haven't learned all that much. We're kind of just... We're running out of suspects. Unlawful equipment? What? Workbench. Oh. Alright, you know what? I think I'm probably going to stop here. Alright, so we got one more suspect I need to investigate. This Spencer Woolrich person. And then maybe at that point, maybe I'll have enough to solve the case, maybe? I don't know. It could be Ludovico. This could all be Ludovico's game or scheme or something that's going on here. Because I don't think any of the three people I've investigated so far were the people who pulled the trigger yet. I don't think any of them were it. So, but I guess we'll find out next time. I think we might be able to finish this DLC up next time. I hope so. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.